Team Fortress 2 is a game as old as time, one that has stuck around for nearly 2 decades with an amazing community, fun gameplay, and a place to make loads of friends. It's a game that has always been a part of me in one way or another over the course of my entire life. I remember watching hours upon hours of TF2 content as a kid, and being obsessed with Valve, mainly for these two titles. But as I aged and went through my emo phase, Team Fortress 2 fizzled out of my conscience, locked away in a cage, never to be seen or heard from again. That was until recently, where I found a YouTuber by the name of Musi. His video on TF2 lit a spark for me, one that had been gone for a very long time. All of a sudden, I went crazy for this game. Tutorials, guides, HUDs, funny moments, you name it, I was watching it. But why did this happen? What suddenly caused me to have this immediate fascination with a game released way back in the 2000s? Well, in this video I'm going to go over why, but before that, let's go over a brief history of the game itself. Team Fortress 2 was released in 2007 as a part of the hugely successful Orange Box, which included Half-Life 2, Portal 1, and of course, Team Fortress 2. For people that have no clue how this game works, I'll give you a very brief rundown. Players join either red or blue and choose from a selection of 9 incredibly detailed and developed characters to play as. You've got game modes such as Capture the Flag, Attack and Defend, King of the Hill, and the all-time classic Payload. You compete against the enemy team to win, and that's really all there is to it. A very simple concept for such a wildly popular game. Team Fortress 2 received critical acclaim when it launched, being praised for its unique art direction, perfect gameplay, and surprisingly brilliant humour. And with over 772 updates being dropped since its inception, surely the game is bigger than ever, right? For whatever reason, Valve has chosen to totally abandon this game, and has let its creation slowly fall victim to its lack of maintenance. Despite the recent blow up of the game on Steam, magically shattering its all-time player count, this game hasn't seen a proper major update since 2017, and this long period of dormancy for the game has led to one massive issue. Bots have been infesting this game for years now, and it wasn't until I started playing the game myself that I really began to understand why this problem has put so many people off playing. Just take a look at this.
Oh my god, wait, we're actually gonna get rid of them. Never mind. Hey, I got one!
Oh, and I died. Imagine turning on your PC, opening Team Fortress 2, queuing for a couple minutes just to be met by a lobby full of aimbot snipers. It's frustrating, and something that you'd think Valve would have fixed by now. But nope, instead we get some hats and whatever the fuck this is. I am fortunate enough to not encounter them too often on the servers that I play on, but that doesn't excuse the state of disrepair this game has been thanks to these fuckers. So now that we've gotten that rundown explained, let me delve into the actual meat of the video. I was wrong about Team Fortress 2. Now, you may be wondering the answer to this question. I'm literally about to tell you, shush. I think there are several reasons why this game fell out of relevancy for me as a kid, and the first one is kind of obvious. I just grew up. I think the rise of games like Overwatch and Fortnite in the mid to late 2010s certainly took over my personality, as they were fresh on the scene with exciting new characters, gameplay styles, and were overall just more enjoyable for my prepubescent brain. I even remember slowly losing interest in Vanoss, who was a staple in my childhood. He was the original creator that introduced me to Garry's Mod and the power of the Source engine, whilst also just being a huge inspiration for me. His off-the-wall and edgy humour was addictive, and now during the process of making this video, I've began diving back into his content from almost a decade ago, and still laughing at all the crazy shit that happens.
Okay, one child ticket. There you are.
I also recall watching the leaderboard's 107 facts video over and over and over again as a kid, and being fascinated with the lore behind such a simple game. But I just inevitably lost interest. My life started changing. I was getting older, and I cared more about the grittiness and devastation in games like Call of Duty Ghosts and Titanfall. Another reason why I lost interest was one that changed everything for me. I actually played the game myself. I went years without ever touching it, and yet still being fascinated with it all. And when I finally got my hands on my first ever laptop and downloaded it, I just didn't really enjoy it. I felt under the impression that this was now just a slow-paced, highly competitive FPS that had absolutely no staying factor for me, and so I left it to die. Before replaying it again this year, I hadn't opened the game since the Meet Your Match update, which to be honest, probably explains why I left. I was just tired of it at this point. I overstimulated myself with a game that immediately let me down after playing it. For more context, I left Team Fortress 2 after playing it for a few months, accumulating a measly 16 hours. Gary's mod, on the other hand, I'd played for years and gathered an impressive 150 hours. Child me simply preferred a game with more to do, and nothing felt more unpredictably fun than loading up Gmod and seeing what new add-ons I could download and experiment with. As I said at the start, there was one specific video I watched a few months ago that changed everything for me. Team Fortress 2 is a perfect video game. It had been years since I last watched anything TF2 related. Okay, I did watch Jameskeep, but that doesn't count for the sake of this section making sense, so shut the fuck up. But after discovering him on my recommended, I gave it a shot. This video was the catalyst to me diving deeper and watching more content about Team Fortress 2, until I soon discovered a person that has inspired this video in the first place. Nxcturnal is an Australian TF2 YouTuber that has ascended the game's online community to new heights from his now legendary Bing Soy video. This was the first of his videos I saw, and it got me even more interested in the game itself, and especially its community. So I did what any sane human does and went on a binge. I watched almost every Nxcturnal video in the space of a week, and whilst finally opening the game for the first time in years. Despite my enjoyment of the content, I still suffered from the same issue I had when I left, and that was not feeling confident against the players with hundreds or even thousands of hours, and therefore spent the first 2 weeks feeling like, and I hate to say this word, a noob. I was dying. A lot, in fact. And I'm in no way calling myself a professional gamer now, but my god was I struggling. To try and get better at the game, I tried to understand the game at a base level, getting myself familiar with the controls and simple strategies that to most people would seem like child's play. I began to focus on using Soldier, a highly powerful class that uses his rockets to deal a crazy amount of damage. I began to practice my rocket jumping and trying my best to be the king player around, and it kinda worked. Because I'm suffering! No, I had my thing! I had my thing and no one helped. I mean, I got pretty good at the rocket jumping, so I take that as an early win for me, I suppose. Whilst going through this phase of misery and torment, someone was conjuring up a video that got me focused on another class entirely. 100 Days of Spy. Yes, I watched it all in the day, don't judge me. Spy became my new focus. His sneaky gameplay combined with his underlying strength compelled me to give him a go, and here's how that went.
That's funny, you can cloak. This is the worst video game ever made.
What? I cannot play this game. I'm done. I actually don't know how to play Spy. I cannot do it. As you could tell from that, I was pulling off trick stabs left, right and centre. Some would even call me an esports champ. Playing Spy taught me something though. It taught me that, despite my initial opinions as a kid, this game is very complicated. I'd always assumed that the skill gap was just people who had invested way too much time into the game, and that is kind of true, but not fully to the extent I imagined. There are so many things to learn in this game, and unfortunately, I'm learning that the hard way by having to patiently wait to unlock all the items in the game. I may only have 80 hours of playtime, but I should at least have more than this shit. Including Soldier and Spy, you additionally have Scout, a speedy drug-fueled maniac that has a thing for milk.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
Pyro, who's just an adorable soul who enjoys rainbows and violence and unicorns and catastrophic arson attacks. You have Demo Man, who's just some drunk guy with access to grenades, stay away from him. Heavy Weapons Guy.
I am Heavy Weapons Guy.
This guy who we don't need to talk about, he's shit. Medic, who's a little bit of a German lunatic. And our favourite piss-loving Australian, Sniper. At first glance, this small roster of characters may feel minor compared to the abundance of playable characters in other modern games, but they are all made so well that when playing, you never once feel like you're lacking anyone. Everybody's purpose is clear, and Valve puts such a great amount of effort into making this lot feel truly human. As a kid, I was a lone child. I never had friends, I was sad, I was alone, I hated everything, so I never got the opportunity to play PC games with anyone. And I feel like that played a big role in why I lost faith so quickly in TF2. This game with friends is fucking hilarious. I think most FPS games are always great with friends. You get the funny moments, the rage.
We are getting fucking owned by free-to-plays! This is embarrassing! I remember why- Yeah, actually, I literally see him. He's fucking aimbot snapping. Actual fucking- Ugh!
I got a kill! Oh, fuck.
Okay, I'm being dominated by this- No, okay. Yep, I'm not playing. Game sucks.
He's already... And so much more. As I said before, Overwatch and Call of Duty Ghosts were pioneers for me in that regard, and frankly, I'm excited to have that same experience with TF2. I'm still a lonely soul, as you can tell, but in the brief hours I've played the game with others, I've discovered the power of pocketing a soldier with my girlfriend, the additional game modes such as Saxton Hale, Man vs Machine, as well as more like Jailbreak, which is incredibly fun and very, very stupid. Alright.
Hello, Mr. Warden.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Warden.
I'm gonna let everyone out their cell, okay? Here, boy.
He does not give two shits.
There are a lot of things I've learned about Team Fortress 2 in the past few months. I've finally come to understand why so many people are in love with this game and could play it for the amount of time they do. Despite the lack of updates from Valve, this game still has one of the most dedicated communities of any game I've ever seen. The strength and longevity this company has, I can't ever believe, and I truly think it's unmatched from any other company. Something about their formula for crafting video games just works so well so often, and I'm really thankful that I'm finally in a place once again where I am interested in what they have to offer next. Who knows if TF2 will receive another mega update again, who knows if the bot problem will be fixed, and who knows how long I'll end up playing this game for. No matter what the answers to those questions are though, one thing is for certain: for years of my life, I was wrong about Team Fortress 2, and I think some of you guys out there might be as well. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for watching, I really do appreciate it. This video took a long ass time to make, so any support to that would be great. Also, anybody that's willing to give me some items for free, please do, because I want them. Give me your money now. Yeah, I'm sorry that I've taken a while break. I've started university and I think uploads are going to be slowing down for the foreseeable future. The next video will probably be on Super Mario Bros. Wonder, so look forward to that. And if you guys want me to play any other Valve games, please do say, because honestly I really should. I haven't played Half-Life or Half-Life 2. I need to play Portal 1. There's just so much I need to do, and if you guys do want to see that, please do let me know in the comments. And yeah, I really do appreciate it guys. Thank you all for the love and support, and take care. Peace.